Hart swallowed a yawn, but it was a tired yawn, not a bored yawn. He liked assemblies. Sometimes the programs were good, and even if they weren't, an assembly was still pretty much free time. As long as you kept looking straight ahead and didn't shut your eyes, you could think about anything you wanted to for almost an hour, which didn't happen very often at school. Up on stage, 2 men and 2 women were dressed in costumes from the 1840s. The guy in the straw hat had a banjo, and the woman wearing blue jean overalls had a guitar. All 4 were singing some songs about the Erie Canal. They were good musicians, and the way they used folk songs to show American history was pretty interesting. But they'd been at it for almost 35 minutes, and it was starting to get old. Hart tuned them out. Another yawn. Hart let his mind drift back a few hours, and he remembered the sound of the noisy water pipes in the wall next to his bed, which was why he'd been awake since 6 a.m. today. That was when his dad had started taking a shower. Hart had tried to get back to sleep, but the automatic coffee maker had already filled the house with the smell of morning. Usually, his mom had to pull Hart out of bed at the last second so he could throw on some clothes, drag a comb through his hair, grab a piece of toast and a swallow of juice, and then sprint to catch the school bus. And as he hurried through the kitchen, Sarah always said something like, "It's so stupid to be late." Not today. Hart was starting a second bowl of cereal when his parents had come into the kitchen a little before 7. His mom had been surprised. "Are you feeling all right, Harty?" And Hart had said, "I'm fine, Mom. I just woke up early, that's all. And please stop calling me Harty, okay?" 15 years on the Erie Canal. Up on stage, the 2 men came out wearing a mule costume and began towing a barge around. Hart smiled, but he kept thinking about the morning. It had only taken his dad about 3 minutes to get ready, scanning the front page of the morning paper while he poured coffee into his travel mug. Then Mom had handed him a toasted bagel wrapped in a napkin, got a kiss in return, and Dad was all set to go. That's when Hart had popped the question. "Dad, can you drive me to school today?" "Sorry, Hart, I've got to beat the traffic, and if I drove you now, you'd be there almost an hour early." After the front door closed, Hart had listened for the rumble as his dad started the new sports car. He'd only had it about 3 weeks. "Low bridge, everybody down." The performers were trying to get the 6th graders to sing along on the chorus of the song. It wasn't working. Hart thought, no wonder Dad gets up early and drives to the city every morning. With a car that sweet, who wouldn't? Hart couldn't wait to get dropped off at school in that car. He could see it. His dad would turn into the wide front circle, whip past the parked buses, and come to a crisp stop at the front walk. The door of the silver roadster would swing open, and as all the kids turned to stare, Hart would step out. He'd slam the door, wave to his dad, and then the little bullet car would blaze off down Highway 12. That hadn't happened. Not yet. But it wasn't like Hart actually needed any help in the coolness department. Hart Evans was well on his way to becoming the most popular boy at Palmer Intermediate, just like he had been for the last 2 years at Collins Elementary School. It had never been a contest. Plenty of guys at school were more handsome, a lot of guys were tougher, and some were smarter too. Didn't matter. Hart was still the coolest. Even his name was cool. Hart, which was short for Hartford. Also a cool name. Zach Banks and Alex Neely were Hart's 2 best friends at Palmer Intermediate. Alex was a little taller than Hart, but not at all athletic. He loved to read, and he had a quick mind and a sharp sense of humor. He lived near Hart, and they had gone to Collins Elementary School. Hart called Alex whenever he had a computer issue, or whenever he didn't understand an assignment, or any time he needed a good laugh. And they still sat together on the bus every morning, just as they had all through grade school. One of their strongest common interests was in the junk collecting department. The trash pickup in Brentbury was early Wednesday morning, and when the weather was right, Hart and Alex rode their bikes around for a Tuesday night treasure hunt.